The Lotus Sutra, a brilliant light illuminating our Buddha naturel. If you want to understand the heart of the Buddha's teachings, you must first master the Lotus Sutra, which is the highest of all sutras. Among the myriad Buddhist scriptures, one shines with unparalleled brilliance, the Lotus Sutra. This profound sutra, revered as the culmination of Shakyamuni Buddha's teachings, acts as a guiding light that unveils the sublime truth of our inherent Buddha nature and the path to its realization. Like a radiant lotus blossom emerging from the muddy waters of our earthly delusions, this sacred text has the power to awaken us to the boundless potential residing within our lives. Its teachings transcend the boundaries of race, gender, and social status, offering the universal promise of Buddhahood to all beings. The eternal mystic law revealed. According to Nichiren Buddhism, the Lotus Sutra encapsulates the ultimate mystical truth, the eternal and unchanging mystic law that permeates all life and the universe itself. This profound law is expressed in the sacred Daimoku, or title, of the sutra, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Each word in this powerful invocation encodes a universe of meaning. Nam expresses the spirit of humble reverence. Myoho encapsulates the sublime mystic law that reveals the mutual possession of the phenomenal and the enlightened realms. Renge symbolizes the simultaneity and interdependence of cause and effect. Kyo signifies the voice or teaching that conveys this transcendent truth. In the words of Nichiren scholar Burton Watson, the Daimoku is a means of bringing forth the indestructible reality of the enlightened life from within one's own being. Through faith and practice centered on Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, we can tap into the boundless wisdom and compassion inherent within our own lives. The doctrine of innate Buddhahood. Central to the Lotus Sutra is the revolutionary doctrine that all beings possess the Buddha nature, the inherent potential for enlightenment, within their lives. This teaching represented a seismic shift from the traditional belief that only a select few, through countless lifetimes of austere practice, could attain the state of Buddhahood. As Nichiren Daishonin proclaimed, the Lotus Sutra reveals that all beings have since their origins possessed the Buddha nature. This truth shatters the illusion that enlightenment is a lofty, unattainable goal, instead affirming that it is our innate and fundamental condition, our true self. The paradigm-shifting revelation. The doctrine of innate Buddhahood finds its most potent expression in the 5th chapter of the Lotus Sutra, the Dharma Flower, or Hatto, chapter. It is here that the paradigm-shifting revelation of the attainment of Buddhahood in one's present form unfolds. This revolutionary teaching is encapsulated in the enlightenment of the Dragon King's daughter, a young girl who, upon hearing the Buddha's discourse, spontaneously manifests her inherent Buddhahood and attains the supreme state. Her transformation serves as a triumphant declaration that any being, regardless of their circumstances or societal status, can awaken to their enlightened nature in this very existence. Only this Lotus Sutra predicts Buddhahood for all, regardless of gender. The great teacher Dengyo states, through the power of the Lotus Sutra alone, one can attain Buddhahood in one's present form. And vision of boundless dignity. The Lotus Sutra's teachings offer a profoundly egalitarian vision, transcending the constraints of class, gender, and societal hierarchies that prevailed during the Buddha's time and throughout subsequent eras. Its promise of enlightenment extends equally to all beings, regardless of their circumstances or perceived status. In revealing the Dragon King's daughter's enlightenment, the sutra boldly upended the predominant patriarchal views of the era that denied women's spiritual capacity. As Nichiren Daishonin proclaimed, the Lotus Sutra uses the enlightenment of women as a model to reveal that Buddhahood is accessible to all. This uncompromising affirmation of the boundless dignity and potential inherent in every life remains as revolutionary and empowering today as it was over 2 millennia ago. The Lotus Sutra's teachings challenge us to transcend the artificial boundaries and prejudices that divide humanity, instead awakening to the profound equality and interconnectedness of all life. The eternal transmission of enlightened wisdom. Embedded within the Lotus Sutra is a sacred vow, the commitment to propagate and transmit this supreme teaching, ensuring that its enlightened wisdom reaches all beings across generations. This vow is enshrined in the Dharma Teachers chapter, where the Buddha entrusts the sutra's dissemination to his disciples and their successors in an unbroken lineage. As the renowned Nichiren scholar Daisaku Ikeda eloquently articulates, those who dedicate themselves to the propagation of the Lotus Sutra represent the Buddha's emissaries, carrying forth his vow throughout all ages. By taking up this noble cause, we honor and perpetuate the Buddha's compassionate resolve to lead all people to the brilliance of enlightenment. From its transcendent doctrines to its powerful vow of universal propagation, the Lotus Sutra shines as a beacon of profound wisdom and boundless hope for humanity. Its teachings awaken us to the limitless potential for enlightenment that resides within each of our lives, a potential that knows no boundaries of race, gender, or societal status. As the Lotus Sutra's sublime light illuminates our path, may we all heed Nichiren Daishonin's exhortation and strive to master this supreme teaching, that we may fully manifest our Buddha nature and contribute to the peace and prosperity of all humankind. The Lotus Sutra, the brilliant essence of Buddhism. If you want to grasp the heart of the Buddha's teachings, you must first master the Lotus Sutra, which is the highest of all sutras. Among the countless Buddhist scriptures, one shines forth with unparalleled brilliance: the Lotus Sutra. Revered as the pinnacle of Shakyamuni Buddha's teachings, this profound sutra acts as a radiant light, illuminating the sublime truth of our inherent Buddha nature and the path to its realization. Like a magnificent lotus flower emerging from muddy waters, this sacred text guides all beings from the depths of delusion towards the radiance of enlightenment. Its transcendent wisdom transcends all boundaries of race, gender, and social status, offering the universal promise of Buddhahood to all. The eternal mystic law unveiled. According to the teachings of Nichiren Buddhism, the Lotus Sutra encapsulates the ultimate mystic law that pervades all life and the entire cosmos. This eternal truth finds its sublime expression in the sacred title of the sutra itself, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Each word in this powerful daimoku, or invocation, holds profound meaning. Nam conveys an attitude of humble reverence. Myoho encapsulates the quintessential mystic law, revealing the enlightened and phenomenal realms as an integrated whole. Renge symbolizes the simultaneity of cause and effect existing in perfect harmony. Kyo signifies the supreme teaching or voice that reveals this transcendent truth. As Nichiren scholar Burton Watson elucidates, the daimoku is a means of bringing forth the indestructible enlightened life inherent within one's own being. By basing our faith and practice upon Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, we can unlock the boundless reserves of courage, wisdom, and compassion residing within our lives. The revolutionary doctrine of innate Buddhahood. At the heart of the Lotus Sutra lies the revolutionary principle that all beings innately possess the Buddha nature, the enlightened potential for perfect freedom and spiritual awakening. This teaching represented a seismic shift from the once prevalent belief that only a select few, after eons of arduous ascetic practice, could attain the state of Buddhahood. As Nichiren Daishonin proclaimed with profound conviction, the Lotus Sutra reveals that all beings have from their very origin possessed the Buddha nature. This truth demolishes the myth that enlightenment is a far-removed, unattainable ideal. Rather, it affirms enlightenment as our fundamental, innate condition, the true essence of who we are. The pivotal Dharma Flower chapter. The doctrine of innate Buddhahood finds its most powerful expression in the Lotus Sutra's 5th chapter, revered as the Dharma Flower, or Hatto, chapter. It is here that the paradigm-shattering revelation of attaining Buddhahood in one's present form unfolds before us. This revolutionary truth is embodied in the enlightenment of the young Dragon King's daughter. Upon hearing the Buddha's discourse, she spontaneously manifests the Buddha nature inherent within her and attains the supreme state of enlightenment then and there. Her transformation serves as a triumphant declaration that any being, regardless of circumstances or status, can awaken to their enlightened nature in this very lifetime. The great Tian Te scholar Chi Che affirmed this ultimate import, stating, "Only the Lotus Sutra predicts Buddhahood for all, irrespective of gender." And Dengyo echoed, "Through the Lotus Sutra's power, one can attain Buddhahood in one's present form, requiring no austere practices over countless lifetimes. An egalitarian vision for all humanity. The Lotus Sutra offers a strikingly egalitarian vision that transcends all artificial boundaries of class, gender, and societal hierarchies. Its promise of enlightenment extends equally to all beings without exception. This is powerfully illustrated in the Dragon King's daughter's enlightenment, a revelation that boldly upended the entrenched patriarchal norms denying women spiritual capacity. As Nichiren proclaimed, the Lotus Sutra uses the enlightenment of a woman to reveal that Buddhahood is accessible to all people. This unwavering affirmation of the infinite dignity and potential inherent within each life remains revolutionary and empowering today. The Sutra's teachings challenge all people to look beyond the superficial divisions separating humanity, inspiring us to awaken to the fundamental spiritual equality and interdependence we all share as cherished members of the greater life. A vow to transmit enlightened wisdom. Embedded within the Lotus Sutra is a profound vow and commitment to widely propagate these supreme teachings so that their enlightened wisdom reaches all beings across all generations. This noble vow resounds through the ages in the Dharma Teachers chapter, where the Buddha entrusts the sutra's dissemination to his disciples and their successors in an unbroken lineage. As Daisaku Ikeda states, those who dedicate themselves to propagating the Lotus Sutra represent the Buddha's emissaries, fulfilling his vow to lead all people to enlightenment throughout the eternal future. To uphold this vow is to honor the Buddha's compassionate resolve to guide all humanity to the brilliance of enlightenment. From this transcendent sutra's doctrines of the mystic law, innate Buddhahood, and attaining enlightenment in one's present form, to its principles of human equality and the call to widespread propagation, the Lotus Sutra shines as a beacon illuminating the path to our highest human revolution. Its teachings awaken all people to the boundless reserves of empowerment, courage, wisdom, and compassion residing within our lives' potentials that know no boundaries of race, gender, or status. As this brilliant light of the Lotus Sutra's truth illuminates our way forward, may we heed Nichiren Daishonin's exhortation and strive to master this supreme teaching, that we may more fully manifest the greatness of our Buddha nature and contribute to the peaceful flourishing of all humanity.